Hi, and thanks for joining me today. I'm Kelly Ireland, and I'm a Tai Chi Easy instructor. And I'm here today to teach you the Vitality Method Qigong. The Vitality Method is a form of Buzhong Qigong, and it is specifically for immune system boosting, which we can all use regardless of our measure of health. So without further ado, we're going to get started with the couple of warm-up exercises before we move into the Vitality Method. I will be dividing this up into two classes. This is what method will be the sitting version of Vitality Method. So we're going to begin as we did in the standing version, where we have our arms at our side, feet are on the ground, toes straight ahead, hip distance apart with the legs for ladies, shoulder distance apart for gentlemen. These are our widest parts of our body, so the legs are apart to coincide with those. We'll start with turning at the waist, making a soft fist with our hands, just like we did in the standing method. And we're going to turn side to side, and we can't swing the arms too much because we can't turn all the way. But we're going to do that and just kind of warm up the spine and get the synovial fluid flowing up and down the spine. Now, if you're not able to do that for some reason, if you should have a spinal fusion or problems with your back, then we can begin with tapping. So tapping will also wake up your energy, and we're going to start at the crown of the head, and we're going to start tapping on the crown of the head. So tap all over the crown of the head, and then we're going to come around in sort of like we're wearing a tiara or a crown, tapping front and back of the head. I have to watch my headpiece here. So we're going to do the back of the head, coming around to the temples, tapping on the temples, and then the back of the head, lower part of the head, neck in the back, on the low part of the back, right on the spinal vertebrae. And then we're going to come around to the forehead and start tapping on the forehead. So when I say tapping, it's vigorous. It's with the meaty part of your finger. Of course, you're not going to tap with your fingernails. So tap vigorously. And then we're going to go around the orbital bone, orbital socket of the eye. Not in the eye, never tapping in the eye. And then we'll tap the cheeks, all over the cheeks, coming down the sides of the cheeks, chin, upper lip. You can go on the bridge of the nose. We're going to go onto the neck. We're going to go onto the upper chest and start pounding on it kind of hard, waking it up. We can go all the way down the front of the body, tops of the legs, going slapping and slapping all the way down the front of the leg, down to the tops of the feet. We're going to come up the sides of the ankles, coming up, 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 all the way up. You can come over to this side, coming under the arm and over the top. Starting at the hip, coming up. So this will run energy into your meridians and wake you up and revitalize you a little bit, just like the turning motion will. Just a different method, very good method. So those are the two little warm-ups that we'll do, or that was one of them, and the second one that we'll do is a large gathering breath. So as we did in the standing exercise, the hands are going to be out a little bit, and we're going to inhale as we come up like this with a great big breath, and we're going to concentrate on filling the lungs, excuse me, as much as we can. Coming down. Breathing in, coming down and breathing out. And one last time, breathing in. Big breath in, hold, breath out as the hands come down. So we've gotten quite a bit of oxygen into our lungs. Just visualize that coursing through your bloodstream and revitalizing your organs. Now we'll begin the vitality method. And with that, we're going to have our hands at our sides, a little bit of space between the arms here so the chi can flow. And the hands are going to come back like we're pushing back. And then we're going to turn the hands so that the palms face upward and breathe in. And bring them up to the collarbones, no higher. Turn them over and breathe out. The hands are nice and soft. In China, they say soft like the hands of a fine lady. So bring up the breath, filling the lungs, and then exhaling that air out. And breathe in. And breathe out. We're going to bring the hands down. Now, they say we should do about 9 repetitions of any one Qigong exercise. So do what is good for you. I usually try to do 9 of each, but when I'm busy talking, I lose count, so I can't really do that. So think about doing it as many times as is comfortable for you, as often as is comfortable for you. The next one is crushing stones. So with this one, we offset the knuckles. We're making a fist. We're pushing those fists together and offsetting the knuckles so that they fit in between each other and we're not pressing bone on bone. Now, we're going to press those fists together, and you'll notice that you're engaging quite a few muscles in your arms. Your triceps, your biceps, your deltoids, and your pectoral muscles, and some muscles under here in the upper back near the underarms. So we're pushing, and we're going to bring our head to our chest, our chin to our chest, and hands are at the diaphragm area. So now, if you have a neck issue and this hurts you, keep your head straight. But if you can bend your chin into your chest, do that. And then coming up, we're breathing in and we're tightening all the muscles, pushing. All the muscles in our body become tight and taut. And then we take the hands over our head and we open them up and relax those muscles. And then take a big breath in, push the chi into the hands, into the arms, down into the body, and we're breathing out as we come back to the place that we started, chin to the chest. And breathing in, coming up. And breathing out and opening the hands, catching some heavenly energy in the lao gong or the palm of the hand. And then we're going to lock up that energy, sending it coursing down through the arms, into the body as we press that chi and force that chi into the body systems all the way to the bone marrow. Tightening. And now we're going to come up one last time, pressing, turning the fists out and opening the arms and relaxing the tautness in the muscles. Then we're going to take a breath in and just bring the hands down to the sides. And we're going to do something called right and left spine bending. So that one is very simple. We're just going to turn the head and bend to one side and breathing out as we do this and breathing in as we come up and go to the other side. Right and left spine bending. So what does this do? It's going to give us a different way to move the vertebrae. It changes the disc material between the spine. It kind of is like when you slept on your pillow all night and you dented it in and you need to fluff it up. So that's fluffing up the disc material a little bit. And also we are stretching this side of the body and squeezing this side of the body which provides a massage for our organs. And believe me, they like a massage like everyone else. Now, we're going to add in an arm, breathing in, coming over the head, and breathing out as we take that arm down. Breathing in, and breathing out as we take the other arm down. Again, you can do these several times, as many times as you like. Now, if this is a challenge for you because of a spinal problem, I'm going to give you an alternative movement to this. So instead of doing what we just did with right and left spine bending, we're going to do watching clouds pass. We're taking the right hand a foot or so away from the chest, and we're going to take the left hand, which is underneath it, and we're going to take the right hand around, and the left hand is going to come up and around. So you can see that the hands are going in opposite directions, and each time the hand comes up, you're just going to look at the hand, turning the head, watching that hand. And now we have another hand coming up, and we're going to look at that hand. And these hands are to signify sort of our thoughts that come and go, like clouds on a windy day. We're just looking at our hands with an attitude of cheerful indifference, not really thinking about too much, but just letting thoughts flow in and out of our mind. So that is an alternative if you cannot do the left and right spine bending. Watching clouds pass is such a beautiful movement. It is a Tai Chi Yang style movement, and it's just very peaceful, and you can kind of get lost in this movement. So you can either add it in and incorporate it, or use it as an alternative to right and left spine bending. Now, we're finished with part 1 of Vitality Methods Qigong. I hope you enjoyed it. Xie xie, thanks, and Zai Chen, goodbye.